welcome back to the April
and May
podcast show. Yes, another year. And this year we are definitely working on bringing in some new content, some new things. We're working on it. You guys just be patient with us. And we appreciate everyone that tuned in with us in 2024. April and I highly appreciate it.
Oh, yes.
With all that being said, we are going to start off 2025. First of all, giving God the glory for allowing us to see 2025. So today, without further ado, today our topic will be no competition. No competition. And and I was thinking about it and analyzing it.
Oh, yeah.
I was analyzing it too, I really was, and it just reminded me of my uncle who is deceased now. He lived in New York City, and he always said to me, May, must you analyze everything? I said, yes, I have to analyze everything. So with that being said, I had to take a look around and wonder a competition with anything or anyone.
Right.
So April, how do you feel about this topic?
Well, it's near and dear to me. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is one of many conversations I've had in the past. Simply because when you're in transition in your life and you are making changes, and when you are amongst others that may not be where you are, they sometimes in turn take that as you're wanting to be competitive, and not everything is a competition. I always tell people, everybody is not on the same step in life. Everybody's not going to move at the same time. But just because, my friend, let's use the name Gloria. My friend Gloria seems as if she's further up the road than I am, and when we started at the starting line together, she may be a little bit further than I am. I can look at Gloria and say, I wish I had, or why am I not on that step, or why am I not where she's at?
Yes.
And what people don't realize is, and a lot of people don't talk about, is they don't talk about what they actually are going through as they're in the process of things. You don't know what a person has gone through to get where they're at. And everything is not like a competition with you or anyone else. Sometimes they're competing against themselves. I know I do. I compete with myself all the time.
True. That is
and
true.
I tell people all the time, life is not a competition, because all of us don't have the same expiration date. Where I may get there a little bit faster than you, that could have been because I'm really 20 years into the works of getting where I'm trying to be at. And you may not have started with when I started, and you may not have even gotten to the level of nothingness. I put it that way.
The level of nothingness.
that I have, that I had to endure. Let's put it that way. And then there's another aspect of competition. Some people just really, truly just want to be better or feel better above everybody else. And it's not even a matter of you at all. It's all about them, and in their minds, I got to be better than them. They can't be better than me. They can't have what I have. They can't have the happiness that I have. They can't have
not
the
to
stuff
cut
that
you
I
off,
have.
but
You know
don't
what I
you
mean?
feel that with that type of mindset that this would be a negative impact?
It would definitely
That's
be
a negative impact.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
Yeah.
When you have that mindset, I gotta have more than what they have. I gotta drive a better car. Then it's plenty of this and that.
Yes.
So we may be running, for the same thing, but as you stated, it does not have to be about competition.
Exactly.
It's called leveling up.
Yes.
But not in competition with anyone.
Exactly.
Wouldn't you say?
I tell everybody, you know what? And we try to stay away from it becoming a spiritual show, guys, but we're spiritual young ladies. We cannot help
Absolutely.
that. God is love.
Yes, he is.
And one thing about God, his love, he can be that. Everything with him is he wants you to be selfless, but he's selfish. If that makes sense.
Yes.
He loves his children wholeheartedly.
Yes.
And that's what true love is. It's unconditional. It's not based on conditions. And you have to be mindful also of the type of person that you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a person that their whole life they had to endure a lot to survive, then majority of the time they don't know how to live outside of survival mode. They don't know how to do that. And so to them, as long as I'm never at the rock bottom as I was, as long as I'm better than one step ahead of somebody, I'm good. And see, that's a survivalist. The survivalists don't really understand unconditional things. And those, to me, I'm just speaking from my point of view, to me, a person that is based on survival versus just living life and just getting where God is wanting them to be and living in their full purpose.
Most important. Mm-hmm.
Getting to their purpose in life, that's the type of person that's always going to be stagnated. They're always going to get to a point and stop. A point and stop. A point and stop. What you think, man?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. To further elaborate on what you were saying, that kind of take me back to, when COVID first came out.
Oh my goodness.
And
Yes.
even at the COVID just recently, we had some
Another strand of it. Yeah.
Yes, and all these things, and everybody's running to the store to get, to find toilet paper. Okay, it's not going to be any.
That's
so
it.
I got to go run and I got to strive for it. So I feel like this is what you're saying when you say that when you don't want to be with doubt.
Yes.
And you never had, or you running to go get it.
Yes.
And you want to beat someone else to the point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's not about beating someone to the point. It is about, to me, competition is, I'm in battle with myself.
That's it.
I'm not in battle with anyone else.
Yeah.
Because here's the key. The thing is, I feel, is that we want to be better today than we were yesterday.
Yeah, that's an internal fight.
Yes,
Yeah.
We want to be better tomorrow than we are today,
Exactly.
if God's willing. And paying attention.
Yeah.
Because our life is about making a graceful, a great impact.
Yes.
It's about making an impact.
It
So
is.
I just can't see myself in competition with somebody else.
Yeah.
I can learn. Now, we can learn from other people.
Mm-hmm.
And we may all be, but some of us may be running the same, reaching for the same thing.
Yes.
But the way you get there is the way you get there.
That's it.
And the way I may get there, or someone else may get there, is the way they get there.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, what they eat is not going to make you fat.
Oh, you better say that, man.
No, seriously.
And what they drink, I heard this, what they drink ain't gonna make you drunk.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What they eat is not going to make you fat.
This is true.
I feel that it is very important to pay attention to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to yourself. And then, we would not get caught up in what someone else is doing.
Right.
Is McDonald's worried about Burger King?
No. But I guarantee you, everywhere there's a McDonald's, there's a Burger King. But they all make their own separate money.
Absolutely.
You have to look at it this way, guys. In life, you're going to have people that are going to be steps ahead and steps behind.
Yes.
That's just, no matter how far you go in life, there's always going to be a person, place, or thing that steps ahead and steps behind. You can't move forward looking back. You cannot move forward
looking back.
I
love it. Say it again.
You cannot move
Yes.
forward looking back.
Yes.
And I always tell people, when you're doing things from your heart, there's no regret at the end. When you sit down and you think of yourself, and you instantly have like something in you that just don't feel right. You feel like something ain't right with this. Something going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's your inner being telling you that, hey, you need to slow it down a little bit. You need to slow it down. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get there. It's
Mhm.
gonna happen for you.
Yes.
Pray for you and pray for everybody else. See, that's
Absolutely.
what it is. And it says it in the word, love thy neighbor. You can't love thy neighbor when you're always competing with the neighbor.
Well, that is true.
That's impossible to do.
That is true.
That's
That
a
is true.
competition, guys. That's just being for real.
But it's nothing wrong with friendly competition.
So
you know,
explain
and-
what you mean by that, friendly competition.
Well, I feel, well, let me give you an example.
Mhm.
When we were kids,
Mhm.
teenagers, and all these things,
Yes.
my cousins' parents and my parents,
Uh-huh.
you know, when my father would build onto our home.
Yes,
Right?
additions, yep. Uh-huh.
And then, of course, my uncle and his wife, they would come down and say, "Oh, you building again."
Uh-huh.
Okay, then lo and behold, after a while, then my parents would go down to their home,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and our parents would say, "Oh, you're trying to build bigger than me." So,
Yeah.
but see, what made it friendly was that
Mhm.
they were laughing. They were enjoying. They
You know
wasn't
why?
trying to outdo each other.
But you know
maybe,
why, though?
Maybe a little bit. What?
Love.
Love. That's the
Love
key.
was at the basis of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. It was love at the basis, guys.
Yeah.
So, you know, they took trips together. They did
Mhm.
all these things together. They never got upset or they think they're better than us and this and that. I've never heard that out of their
Yes.
mouth.
Yes.
Never heard that. They continuously, you know, went to work and they focused on what they were doing
Yes.
because they both knew that they needed to have bigger space for the kids.
That's it.
You know, it wasn't about what my parents was doing, and to my parents, it wasn't about what my uncle auntie was
Yes.
doing. They both knew that they needed bigger space, and they both knew that they wanted bigger and better for themselves.
You know, the blessing in
You
that,
know?
guys, is what I'm hearing
Yeah.
them say. They didn't want what each other had.
No.
What they admired is the tenacity that they took to build on and to add.
Yes.
How they took what they had and they added to that. So
Yes.
it made them say, "Oh man, if they could do it, we could do it too."
Yeah.
See, that's not a competition.
That's
guys.
not a
That's what
competition.
she means by friendly competition.
Friendly
because it can be a little
competition.
competitive. Because
Yes.
if I'm a better builder, your dish may look like what happened to mine? Because you know.
Sure.
But hey, the beautiful thing is they loved each other enough to be able to
Yes.
come to each other's house and say, "Oh man, I see that you got an addition. This is awesome. This is great."
Yeah.
See, that's the beauty of love, guys.
Yes,
When
you're
you
not
love,
upset. You don't get
when
upset.
When
Yeah.
you love,
Mhm.
it is unwavering.
Yes.
It is unwavering,
Mhm.
unconditional. I mean, that's just the way that it is, guys. And you do not. I hate to use the word sabotage, but it's kind of like what it is.
Oh my God!
Because, you
I don't know about sabotage.
It's kind of to me.
No,
To me, it is. Let me
no,
tell
I
you
don't-
why I use
Okay,
that word.
please tell us why.
Why I use that
It's-
word is.
Please.
Let's say, for instance, if I know for sure, hey, you know, you are doing this better than me, you know, and I don't like the fact that you're doing this better than me, right?
Okay.
I may unwittingly, and not unwittingly, knowingly,
Yeah.
kind of be like, you know what, maybe you should do this, or maybe you should do it that way, or maybe when there was nothing wrong at all with the way that you were doing it the first time.
I would not
But
want to.
I'm gonna throw that monkey wrench. I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
this happened to me
Okay.
at work, right?
Okay.
Okay, I was doing the process at work, right? And it was working beautifully. Everything was working seamlessly. My team was the only team that was doing it, guys. And everybody kept saying how, you know, well, maybe you should do it the way that we've always done it. Well, the way that you've always done it had us 18 a day. The way that I'm doing it is having us almost at 50 a day. So I'm going to keep doing it this way, right? So we ended up getting in a meeting, guys, and you get the right approval sometimes to keep doing it your way. But the person wants to keep doing it their old way, right? So this is new to old. It's kind of competition type thing, new school to old school, right? So when the corporate people come and they decide that we're going to change the old way and do it the way that she does it, now you feel some type of way about it because you wanted me to stop doing it that way.
Okay.
You know why? Because sometimes the person that's introducing it to everyone is not the person that has been selected. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say it could be a kind of like a sabotage type of way. That
So
some
what
people may look
that's
at
what you call a
competition.
negative impact.
That's definitely a negative
That's a
impact.
negative impact because the person that had a problem with you doing it a totally different way and bringing in something new.
Mhm.
See, that's where the jealousy came in.
Exactly. And
See-
that's
see,
that. You know,
And
competition is a part of that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Sabotaging is also all jealousy, sabotaging, all these things, conflicts, all these things go hand in hand
It
together.
goes hand in hand.
And you don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah,
Because I feel that as long as we stay focused on ourselves,
that's it.
just stay focused on growing.
Now she preaching, y'all.
Well, I probably am.
She is. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
I
go.
can't help it, guys. I'm sorry.
I'll be ready to go with her, y'all.
God put this stuff in me.
Yes.
It's not on me. It's not my doing. He puts this stuff in me.
That's it.
Oh my God, you almost made me lost my thought.
Mm-mm.
But however, it all go hand in hand. It's that jealousy thing. So here's the thing. You will keep all of these things out. I don't
Yes.
like to say you because, you have to say we.
Yes, we.
We can keep all these things out if we focus on our race and how we run our race.
That's it.
Because if we start out right running our race, you have no reason to be in competition with anyone. You have no reason to sabotage anyone. If we make mistakes along the way,
Yes.
then the person that know more than we know,
That's it.
be willing to learn.
Ooh.
Be willing to learn from a person that know more than you.
That's it.
You always want. So
Be
we
a sponge.
always need someone on our team that know more than we know.
That's it.
I don't want to be in competition. I want to learn because if I'm learning, then I'm growing.
Yes.
I'm growing.
Yeah.
And it's like today's my shout out to my grandson that lives in North Carolina. Today's his birthday.
Woo! Happy
Quali
birthday!
Flynn. He turned 14 today, so I was speaking with him today. And I said to him, Kawhi, how does it feel to be 14? He says, Grandma, it feels great.
Mm.
But with 14 comes more responsibility.
Yes.
And he put it exactly like that.
Mhm.
Not my words. This is my 14-year-old grandson words.
Yes.
He said, Grandma, with 14 comes more responsibility. So in order to get where you want to go, I use that for an example. In order to get where you want to go in order and to grow, be willing to have people on your team.
Yes.
So that you can learn from. I learned from my 14-year-old grandson. In
Yes.
fact, I learned from my little 3-year-old.
Yes.
You have to have an open mind to be willing to learn and grow. But if we keep our mind closed, then we will always be jealous of someone else.
Yes.
And you'll always be looking at the window, looking at them and peeping at them. And in this case now, you're on the Facebook.
Yes.
You're on the Facebook. Oh, he doing this.
That's it.
Or she doing that.
Yes.
You study strolling. And then they give you like this accolades, right?
Yeah, that real small hand clap.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no business
Right.
going on.
And
It's like,
it's not really wholeheartedly genuine.
No. not.
Why? You know why it's not genuine?
Mhm.
Because you're in competition with someone.
Yeah.
You feeling left out from something.
Yes.
But if we engage,
Yes.
just say if one want to do what another have a profession, put it this way, that one is doing.
Yeah.
Don't be jealous of them, right?
That's it.
You go to them and say, how can I get involved? Will you be willing to teach me how to do this? That? And the next thing you know, we all going together.
Yes.
But then the ones that know must be willing to teach. You have to be willing to teach someone else because this is the only way you're going to be able to grow too. You will never be willing to grow if you're not willing to reach back and help somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
It is very important to always remember to do that.
And guys, this is
Yeah.
another thing I always tell everyone. I tell my son this all the time. The lesson that you're in is going to equate to your blessing. It's just up to you how long you're going to stay in the lesson. How long you're going to stay in the session. How long before you listen to yourself and to what's going on, and I can't go no other way but to God, and say, okay, God, what is it that you need for me to do to get through this lesson? Because I'm seeking my blessing. And a lot of us, we overlook the person's lesson that they went through, the trials and tribulations that they went through, the hard work that they put in. And the only part that we really understand and want to see is the accolade of it. Oh my gosh, you bought a big old house, but you didn't see the sleepless nights.
Right,
you didn't see the hard work. You didn't see the tears. You didn't see sitting in the car almost breaking your steering wheel because you don't know the next step. You don't know the nights that they didn't eat. You don't know their sacrifice. And a lot of people, they'll say, all they want to do is party and do this and do that. You don't know what they're running from. You don't know. You don't know what it is. You don't know what a person's going through mentally. Only thing that most of us look at is, okay, what they got? What she got? What he got? You want to be at the end of what they got, but you don't want to go through the trial and tribulation of what they got to understand how to get it for yourself. So that's what we're saying to you. Don't make it a competition, guys. Because you want an eternal blessing. You want a blessing that's going nowhere. You want generational wealth. You don't want just wealth for a minute. You don't want riches for a day. You want it to last always. And the only way to get that is to go to what's going to be built on solid ground. That's real, unconditional, unwavering love. And that comes from within. There's no one that can give it to you. That you can compete with me all day, every day, but I can't give you what you need to fulfill your purpose. You have to go through that lesson by yourself. And that's the moral of the story, guys. I truly always think of even myself every day. I tell May laugh at me all the time. I say every day I'm a work in progress, second by second.
Lord knows.
Lord,
Me too.
She laughs at it all the time. When I first met you, you used to cry all the time about
I sure did tell her that,
things.
guys. I did. I told her
and
that.
she had to tell me the other day, you know what, April, you ain't like that no more. You know
have
why?
grown.
I had to grow.
You grew.
As a grown person, I had to grow.
You grew up. Yes, you
I
did.
had to grow up in my own grown skin, and I'm not afraid of saying that, guys. It's the best feeling in the world.
Absolutely.
That now April went from having that, what they call an egg effect, when you know how you hard on the outside, but that
soft on the inside.
Soft on the inside. Not no more, y'all.
And you know why that is? You know why that is? Because you took your focus off of someone else. And you put that focus on you.
I had to, man.
You put it on you. And so this is why now, see, you're thriving. You know, and this is how we can thrive, guys. This is how we can stay out of this competitiveness. You know, because all of that is not good, it's negative. So focus on you. Even though you may be running the same, competing, going after the same things that someone else may be going after. But remember, it's not about competition. You are running this race only for you.
That's it.
And then once you get to that point, then someone else can see your hard work and your hard sacrifice because you were laser focused.
That's it.
You cannot be laser focused and getting out of your lane, paying attention to what someone else is doing.
And don't be afraid to bring somebody with you, guys.
Don't waste time.
Don't look at them and be like, if you see another person that's trying and they're striving, like, don't do the work for them, because see, their blessings is based on their work. It's when you make it, it's not a we. You don't want it to ever be a we.
No, it's not a we.
On that. No. But if you see a person that's trying, they're willing to do the work. All they are missing is just this one thing. Don't be afraid to say, hey, you know, when I was where you was at, ABC 1, 2, 3. Leave them with some knowledge, y'all. Don't just look at them and say, oh, well, they'll be all right.
No,
you know
that's
what?
not
We
healthy.
all need
that's not healthy.
somebody.
Yes.
We all need, let me say it again. We all need somebody in this world.
Yes.
Everybody. Everybody needs somebody. That's just the way it is. We wouldn't be here with all these people if we didn't need them, right? When we go to the doctor, are we looking to go talk to ourselves in the mirror, or are we looking to go talk to the doctor? Let's be real with each other, guys. We go to the doctor, we want to see an educated doctor there. We go to surgery, we want to see an educated surgeon there. So why not? What you think we don't need that in real life? In our own life, in reality? Someone to help us get to the next step? Someone that we can look up to? If I'm so busy competing with you, guess what? I'm trying to be on the same level as you. But a little bit more, right? But if I just do what God said for me to do and live in my purpose and allow Him to get me to where He promised me to be, hey, the world is my oyster.
Absolutely.
But see, I made you my world because I'm in competition with you. And that is definitely not how God made you. You don't think so?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. What I'm saying is that when you're in competition with someone in a negative way, then you make them your enemy.
You think so?
Yeah. Yes, I really do. Because you're so jealous of that person.
Yeah, that's true. I ain't think of it that way.
Yes,
yeah.
in
see,
that
I don't
manner.
think about no jealousy type of way. I just
see,
never
you may not think of that.
That's true.
But then we all don't think alike.
That is very true.
Because we do have people out there that is like that.
Yeah.
Because we are so busy hating until we don't even know how to make the thing that we need help with, and we know that this
person the very person that we're jealous of.
No, right? No. Yeah, that too. But what I was going to say is that.
What did? What happened?
I guess we're both guilty of it. Abruptly cutting each other off.
We do, guys.
Before we finish a sentence.
We do. That's why it's called.
I love this girl. I love this girl. We're not gonna grow everything. We're not gonna grow everything.
Okay, I'll be quiet. Go.
It's okay, guys. But what I was going to say, guys.
Oh Lord,
I was going to say, the very person that could give us the answers to get where we need to be, or to give us some pointers, because you have so much envy in your heart, till you say, I'm not gonna go ask them for anything. You see what I'm saying? So then, therefore, you're missing out.
Yeah.
You're missing out. You know what I mean? Because why? There's this competition thing again. You know, because now you think, oh, they think they're better. They think this and that. But then if you get to know a person,
yes,
then you will realize that in reality, they really do not feel that.
Not at all.
They really do not.
Not at all.
No, they are willing to help. They are willing. So, guys, please just always remember, it is not about making a negative impact. You know, just pay attention to what you're doing. Everything is about the detail. Watch every step. Watch everything you think.
Yes.
Pay attention to everything that you say.
Yes.
Pay attention to how you treat people. And most importantly, on how you treat yourself. So it's not about the competition. Just go on, stay in your lane.
Yes.
And like I said, what someone else eats is not going to make you fat. Not particularly. Not particularly. You may get a little bit of crumbs on the outer edge, but if you're willing to learn,
yes,
and not be in competition, then you can have much. You can have that
Yes.
pie. You can be in the center of the pie. And also, like April said, what someone else drink may not make you drunk. So therefore, what we're saying, guys, pay attention to yourself and forget about competition. You know, you do it the way you know that it's going to work for you. And again, if you need some help from someone else, don't be afraid to ask, because at the end of the day, someone is always willing to reach out. You may not think so, but there is someone who's always willing to help. So with that being, before we close out, April, do you have a footnote?
Yes, I do, guys. Yes, I do. The blessing is in the lesson. Don't be afraid of the lessons. Don't be afraid to go through your trial and tribulation. Do it with grace on yourself. Pray for yourself and pray for everyone else. And don't be afraid to ever help someone that you see that's willing to do the work. Don't put an extra burden on you. That's not what we're saying, guys. Don't put extra burden. But if you see that person that's really trying and striving, don't be afraid to, like she said, say, hey, I wouldn't mind, I've done that before, put it out there and allow them to make the decision and be okay with whatever way that it does go. And
Yes.
never ever stop going and reaching for your purpose. Your purpose is your destiny. Your purpose is where you want to be. Allow yourself to dream. Your dreams are where your purposes lie. That's where God gives them to you, is in your dreams. If that dream seems so far-fetched, I would never do that. That's the dream you chase.
Absolutely.
And you keep on chasing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with that being said, Guy, April and I are also going to say, remember, you are only in competition with yourself. And,
Yes.
and guys, we thank you for tuning in again, and Happy New Year to everyone. So, like my co-host can say, let's go, let's get it.
Yep,
And we'll
yep,
see you
yep.
guys on the next episode of the April and May podcast. We love you guys.